Hi, my name is Destiny Tillman, and I'm going to be interviewing you on teenage pregnancy. Can you tell me? Can you
I'm
tell
listening.
me how you got in this predicament?
Predicament. It's not a predicament. It's something that happens and you can't choose when it happens or where it happens. I mean, everybody that knows me knows I was always the one saying, I would never get pregnant and this and that. And if you got pregnant, I would be mad. But when it happened, I really didn't. I was kind of in denial. I sat in the office and I told my nurse that I got my period normally, and then when the doctor closed the door, I told them, oh, I'm late on my period, but I didn't want to tell her. So he brought me a cup, went to the bathroom, peed, whatever, came back, and he comes in, and I'm like, oh, I'm not pregnant, right? And he closed the door. He's like, oh, you're pregnant. And he automatically assumed, oh, you're keeping it, so I'm gonna give you prenatal care. Like, not asking me anything, just automatically said you're keeping it.
Was it hard dealing with?
I told my mom the next day. I wanted to get it out the way, but I kept like breathing in and out, and she kind of just made me feel stupid. I guess that's the way she did it. She made me feel stupid. She made me feel like I should have been smarter. There are so many ways to protect yourself, and this is not a mistake. This is me being stupid, basically.
What are some of the things you had to deal with?
I didn't have the baby because when I went to get a sonogram, because my best friend, Destiny, the interviewer, set it up, and I went with my boyfriend. We went there, and I started crying. I had to get it, I don't know what it's called, not with the stomach, the other way. Okay, the other way. They had to do it the other way, and because he was little, and I was supposed to be 14 weeks alone, and the baby measured 9 weeks. He was already dead in my stomach for about a month, but he wasn't leaving my stomach. He wasn't. There was no signs, no bleeding, no nothing. They told me that there was no cardiac activity. Basically, that's what it was. That there was no heartbeat, and anything that he was growing was because he was just absorbing the liquid from inside my body. They told me to come back next week, but to expect a miscarriage during the time. And when I went back the next week, he measured 9 weeks and like 6 days. And she told me it wasn't that he was growing; it was just, like I said, absorbing everything inside of me, like a sponge, basically. He was already dead, and she kept taking pictures of the sonograms, but they couldn't give me the pictures because they had to get it examined. Um, Sometime during that week, I woke up, and I guess my water broke. That's what you call it. And from then on, I started bleeding. I tried to go back to sleep, and I started dilating. Pain. Like, I didn't think it was possible because I was only like 3 months. Yeah, the beginning of 3 months. So I was just dilating, and I looked down, and there was a dead baby right there. Like, I seen him, like, right there. And I freaked out, started screaming, yelling, and I ended up going to a hospital. And my mind was kind of like, in my head, I was ready. Like, I wasn't ready to have a kid, but if that's what I had to do, I was gonna do it. I was ready. And it was like I wasn't sitting there crying every day. It's just, there's moments where I sit there and I think about it, and my head does get, like, I start thinking about things. Like, if I see a kid, I'll be thinking, what could have been, you know. But
What
it
if,
is hard, especially when you don't actually get to have a kid. You kind of get stuck in the middle of, you were pregnant, teen pregnancy, but you didn't get to have a kid.
what advice would you give teens?
To be smart about it, you don't want to go through it through something, because it's not only people see it as in, yeah, you're pregnant, you're gonna have a kid. There's other ways you could have a miscarriage. There's different types of things that could happen to you. So it's better to be safe. You know, the guy doesn't have to wear a condom. It could be birth control from the girl, you know, and you have to be with someone that's there to support you through everything, not just your boyfriend, but your family and your friends come along. You know, they help. So.
Okay, thank you.